of the sites are pretty self-explanatory. It's reading. You read it. Okay. It's just stories. RazKids.com is probably my favorite site for extensive reading. It is a pay site. Let's talk about pay sites for just a second. Most of these sites are about 30 to 40 American dollars, which in this economic state is about $1 million won. So it's about Oman. My suggestion is that if you trust the people in your classroom, you all pull together. Chanan, oh Chanan. You buy one ID and you all use it. That's what we did at my school. I was very lucky. My boss said, just tell me the site and I'll pay for it. So we bought 4 sites. It was around, I think around almost $200 for about 4 or 5 sites that he paid for. But we had one ID and we all used it. That's what I suggest to you. Teachers use enough of their own money for books and pencils and paper and all that stuff. You don't need to use them for this stuff. So come together as a group and do it. RazKids has interactive books from K to 6. Now, even though it's 6th grade in America, it'll be fine for high schoolers. Trust me. This is what the site looks like. This is an elementary book. I get my backpack, and the backpack moves. She gets it. It's very interactive. And you can touch any of the words, and it will say the word. So if your kid can say, I get my... They click it, and he says, backpack. And then they'll probably say something like, backpack. You know. So then you can instruct them, and they move forward. This is one of the level 6 stories. These stories are mostly fiction. These are mostly non-fiction. And again, you can touch words, and it'll tell you the word. They are North American-based stories for the most part. America and Canada. Some Mexico, because in America we have lots of Spanish speakers. Not a lot of Asian history there. This is rhlschool.com. This site is very confusing, but it's good for resources. So you have to search. You have to do a lot of searching. Different leveled reading stories, and it has comprehension questions. This is a great place for if you need short reading stuff for like centers or homework, stuff like that. Or for tests. If at the end of a test you want a reading thing that they've never read in class, this is a good place because they're usually short. Beginningreading.com. Woo! These are little books that students can color and read on their own. So for elementary kids, it's a lot of fun. Lively butterflies. And this one is good too because it's counting. 1 lively butterfly. Butters in the blue. So you study colors, numbers, and the animals. So lots of different things are being addressed. Freereading.net. Flashcards. They are very difficult to find good flashcards in this country. Kim and Johnson tries, but they fail. This site has fantastic flashcards. It is a paid site. You do have, some of the flashcards are free, but most are paid. But trust me, elementary school teachers, it's worth the money. It's worth the money. You download them, laminate them, done and done. You don't have to color them. I hate coloring in those pictures. It takes forever, doesn't it? Having students do it, God knows what they're going to look like. So they have really good flashcards. I thought I had an example of their flashcards. They have word generators, videos, audio. And decodable readings, which I love. Love decodable. Do you know decodable reading? Everything is phonetic. So, like toy. Oh no, toy's bad. Ball, book, all, ball. So everything in it is phonetic. It's not this crazy O-U-T equals ow stuff. Okay. Shh. All right. Teaching. Okay, so I have your grade and your grade. All right. Starfall.com is another great resource for students. Now, Starfall.com, I would suggest giving to your students as homework at home. Encouraging the parents to do this with them. Having them read one story for homework, come back and tell you about it. They have all kinds of different kinds, ABCs, learning to read, it's fun to read, and I'm reading. So they have different sets. I like, this is I'm reading. They have fiction and nonfiction, plays, so dramas. If you need to do a play or a skit for graduation or for Parents' Day, there's short little plays right here already done. Comic books, I love teaching comic books because it gets the students really, really interested and it encourages their reading on their own. Folk tales, Greek myths, and Chinese fables. So I really like this site. But again, figure out what's best for your students or your own children. This is reading A-to-Z.com. Great resource for level readers, high frequency words, phonics, vocab, alphabet, and assessments. Assessments. It's so hard to find good assessments. Good ways of judging if they got it. So that's why I like this. It's really good. I'm hoping that you will go home and research some of these on your own because I don't really have time to look at every single website. So I'm hoping that you will look at the ones that you think are good for you and research a little bit because they do require it. Here's me getting happy with the PowerPoint. All right, and lastly, Planet Oz Kids. This is a great site for boys. It is Choose Your Own Adventure. Now, when I was a little boy, Choose Your Own Adventure books were the best thing ever. A Choose Your Own Adventure book is where you read a little paragraph and it says, if you want to go into the cave, go to page 70. If you want to go back to the village, go to page 16. So you can read the same story over and over and over and over and always do something different. It's great practice for new vocabulary, reviewing all those words that you've already read. So I like Choose Your Own Adventure books. And Oxford, you guys know Oxford, right? Oxford Booksellers. They have a new series called Oxford Bookworm Starters. And they have comics, Choose Your Own Adventures, and they're really easy to read. Love them. Call them, ask for a sample. I didn't say that, because that's against the law. But it's true. If you call up the publisher and ask them for a copy of it, they will send it to you for free. They're nice like that. Oh, glamour. Not my favorite subject to teach. It's very difficult for natives to teach grammar. But it's difficult for me. But for you guys, it's a lot easier. But finding good resources is difficult. So I love ESLflow.com. Love it, want to marry it, love it. Love it. The reason I love it so much is because